Poppin', y'all. This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know what the motto is. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that there are a lot of people currently in the world right now that are coming down with spiritual sicknesses, you know what I'm saying, spiritual skin irritations, you know what I'm saying, certain things that are physically being presented to an otherwise normally healthy person, you know what I'm saying. And I think a lot of people don't realize how there are certain people that were being used to siphon their energy to be able to basically had the darkness cloak themselves in that person's energy to be presented a certain way, even though they were dark, you know what I'm saying. And because of those certain people having the ability to wake up to who they truly are and taking their power back, what's happening is these people oftentimes are coming down with illnesses and sicknesses from all the wrongdoings that they have done, all the secrets that they have kept, all the darkness they have moved in. And what's happening is they're spiritually passing that down to the people that they've been siphoning their energy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times people don't understand that if you go to the doctor and you tell them you have this or you have that, they're going to label it with just anything. Because again, like I said, that promotes that certain business to be able to make money. But for me personally, or for just anybody, if you're realizing how you're getting all these prescriptions, these creams, these pills, you know what I'm saying, and nothing is changing, like nothing, you're not getting better. At that point, you got to start to realize how it is a spiritual STD, meaning, you know what I'm saying, spiritually someone has, you know what I'm saying, pass something down to you that can only be cured with understanding your power, realizing who you are, and taking care of yourself. It's very important that you understand that, because me personally, I don't like being in hospitals. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something serious, you know what I'm saying? But it's hardly that, because again, like I said, I'm a normally healthy person. You know, I'm not allergic to anything, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been the type of person that go back and forth to the doctor, so I'm just not one of those ones that go every time some little thing happens. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's you giving it time, and you can naturally heal yourself. Now, if it doesn't get worse and the condition progresses, okay, that's different. But you got to think of how these people are human too. You know what I'm saying? Their study only goes so far. And if they're lazy or having a bad day, you got to think of how they get paid for just writing you a prescription and sending you off to the pharmacy to get it filled. They get paid off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, sometimes people are not motivated by what they do. They're only motivated by the paycheck. And then you got to think of how if they don't know what's causing whatever it is that you have, you got to go through a series of tests. They got to do blood work. You feel me? If there's nothing in your blood, where does it go after that? Like, it's so many open-ended questions that have you really thinking to yourself, like, what is going on behind the scenes? A lot of things that are not being discussed and known to us. You know what I'm saying? So just realize and understand how your blood is very valuable. And sometimes it contains, you know what I'm saying, the key to certain things in the future, which are things that are being done behind the scenes, your DNA, things you don't know about. So understanding and realizing that right now, currently, since a lot of people are having the, you know what I'm saying, spiritual ability of losing their power, you know what I'm saying, because if you don't know, I'm about to tell you, when you move in darkness, when you do things to benefit yourself, when you do things to hurt people, or when you keep secrets, that is something that's in your body, you feel me, that's affecting it. And sooner or later it turns into a sickness, you know what I'm saying, or a disease, you know what I'm saying, or something that is affecting your body in some type of way. Because again, the body is a very magnificent thing. It can heal itself. You know what I'm saying? So now you're getting afraid because you never experienced it before. You rush to the doctor. They don't know, but they feel as if this is related to something, prescribe that to them. Put it on and see if it works. If it don't, they'll be back in 2 weeks. I still get paid for that. You feel me? Even though I don't know what's really going on with them. We're going to have to do a series of tests. But if there's no cure for whatever it is they're going through, we won't never know, but we'll just have them keep coming back. It's a spiritual disease that sometimes you just have to give it time and allow, you know what I'm saying, the condition to move through your body. You know what I'm saying? Naturally. Don't get afraid. Don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so quick to jump because it's new that keeps that fear mentality inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And I say this I know from experience there. I was around people that, you know what I'm saying, would keep going back and forth to the hospital to only get prescribed something, and they weren't changing. Their symptoms were still the same. You know what I'm saying? And that is because you weren't doing the internal work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? To be able to fight whatever it is. You're basically systematically being programmed to live in fear. And what happens is that creates a mechanism or a disease in your body, and you become afraid, and then you keep running back. Listen, I'm telling you, it's so much of a bigger picture than people realize, because I'm just speaking from experience. I'm a naturally overall healthy person. You know what I'm saying? So when something happens to me, now that I truly know who I am, I know that it's because it's something being done spiritually, behind the scenes, from someone that has been controlling the world by siphoning energy. And again, you have to realize how they're upset. So they're trying to do everything they can to push these people out, which oftentimes they never realize how they were creating sickness in their body, because they never thought they would have to pay for the wrong that they did to people, or because they were siphoning other people's energy. So sometimes you'll have to take the backlash from that. You know what I'm saying? But trust and believe. If you stay strong in who you are and you get up and you fight, your body has the natural ability to fight it off. You know what I'm saying? If you need certain, you know what I'm saying, little things to take, okay, cool, that's different. You feel me? A little Tylenol, okay, cool. But nothing too serious, you feel me, is something that, you know what I'm saying, can affect you if you just tread lightly and let it be. Because what I'm starting to understand is that it's much deeper than what we thought. And so I'm coming along with nothing too serious, but certain things. And I'm like, whoa, why is this happening? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I'm realizing how a lot of our natural states of being are affected by other people spiritually. You feel me? Sometimes my body temperature becomes really high. You know what I'm saying? And it has a big effect on me. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it's all energetically. So it's nothing that, you know, can really be explained without people wanting to have logic to it. But I'm talking about in the spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to realize how a lot of times it's a money motive to just create a pill for something and prescribe it to somebody and have them take it, you know what I'm saying, not realizing that they might be taking their own selves out, because whatever they're experiencing is an accumulation of something they accumulated spiritually from moving in the opposite way of how the universe is truly supposed to operate. You know what I'm saying? So be careful and be mindful and take your time with understanding who you are, knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes allowing it to work its way through. You know, nothing heals fast. We have been taught, like I said, to live microwave fast. You take this, it's going to heal overnight. No. Allow it to slowly, you feel me, work its way through your body. You feel me? Because as it's doing this, what y'all don't realize is being done behind the scenes is that a lot of people that have used other people's energy spiritually are dropping like flies. You know what I'm saying? And they know it. So a lot of what they're speaking, or the truth they're revealing, or, you know what I'm saying, their spirit being released is causing symptoms for the people that they siphon from. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you can really understand is you have to know your power. Because if you don't know your power, you're going to think I'm talking a bunch of gibberish. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I say the biggest, most concern that a person will know and understand what I'm saying is if you keep going back to the doctor for something that's progressively staying the same or getting worse. Meaning whatever they're prescribing you is not making it better. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you can kind of understand how some of your sicknesses and illnesses are spiritual. That means you need to change whatever it is or whoever it is that you are and be yourself and operate in a way where you can naturally heal. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's the true and honest fact. I've listen, just for example, I have a long line of diabetes in my family. Me personally, I never had an inkling in my mind that I was going to get it, ever. I still don't even think like that. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? And by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, I've eaten whatever I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I did whatever I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I've been so successful at being able to not even put my mind there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that is, you constantly have to be aware of what you eat. You got to do this exercise. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that come with it. But again, you are what you eat. You are what you consume. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not putting positivity out there, if you're not moving righteous, if you're being dirty, you're being wrong because of your own internal wounds, over time, you'll build up, you feel me, illnesses that will rot your body from the inside out, meaning it will cause certain skin conditions, certain bowel movements, you feel me, certain vomiting, because your internal body system is unregulated, you know, and you are basically still allowing yourself to be a certain person without realizing that your body can naturally heal itself. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes, or just a little bit of time, it may need extra help. But I think what people tend to underestimate is that a lot of the healing we can do, we do it on our own. You know what I'm saying? Because the body is just that miraculous. But if you're constantly not aware of that, you know what I'm saying, because you're dependent on what they've been telling us, that'll cause you to be a hypochondriac, and you'll be at the hospital for every little fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And they'll give you medications and prescriptions, and they're getting paid, and you feel me? You could have did that on your own. You know what I'm saying? So listen, be mindful that everything we're experiencing right now cannot be cured through the hospital. Some of it is some of the things that we have to work through on our own. Just for an example, I'm strongly hell-bent on thinking that there is no possible way they came up with a cure for COVID that fast. But there have been long-standing diseases in the world, like cancer, that don't have a cure. They just have solutions and hoping that it works. But you mean to tell me for COVID you came up with a cure that fast? No shade to the people that got a vaccination, but for me personally, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just unaware of how it was made so fast. You feel me? And again, some of us was immune to it, but we wouldn't know that unless we actually went through the trial experience. And that was me basically being in the same household as my child, and she had COVID and I didn't catch it. I had to go through that to understand, why would I get a vaccine for something that I didn't catch? You know what I'm saying? Same for the flu. They're pushing the flu shot, but why would I get a flu shot for something that I haven't caught? That doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So just to think logically how you can be the cure, the antidote to your own self by just waking up every day, you feel me, and healing, putting on some lotion, taking care of your skin, you know what I'm saying, making sure you clean, because again, like I said, this is spiritual. A lot of things that be affecting us happens at night when we sleep. And so we wake up to certain things that we are like, what the hell? You feel me? And that's because, like I said, there are people that are slowly diminishing spiritually. And they're basically attacking the ones that are spiritually, you feel me, strong at this time. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not backing down and they're not following protocol. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just be understanding and realize that if you are one that's going through that, stay strong. Keep fighting through it. Doesn't make you weak. You feel me? It's just you were meant to serve something different on this world compared to the people that are brainwashed to operate a certain way. They may be healthy and appear cool right now and everything is good, but once they start to get older, the backlash of whatever they've done to keep like that is going to hit them. You feel me? And listen, there are a lot of older people that are siphoning young people's energy. You know what I'm saying? To help them feel better about who they are. You know what I'm saying? And people a lot of times don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to figure out why your child may be sick, going through all this stuff, because it's an older person that's taking their energy for themselves and projecting their negative energy back onto them. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, it's way deeper than what we think it is. So listen, take care of yourself. If you're genuinely healthy, take care of yourself. It's natural remedies. It's things you can do that, you feel me, will keep you away from certain, you feel me, people that are going through things. And then some of us just have to realize this is a process. You make it through the process, you see the end results, you'll clearly start to become aware of what's really going on. Do not, you feel me, force feed yourself with all these medications and pills and the side effects and names and things we don't know, because you just are not aware how that itself may be the reason why you are experiencing withdrawals or whatever the case may be. You feel me? Our bodies are magnificent. They have the ability to heal themselves. So understanding and realize a lot of us are having spiritual, you feel me, sicknesses, illness, skin irritations, you feel me, and it just ride the wave. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.